Amy, so glad you're here. And we're doing a little bit of advance notice for our event this Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time about doing deals. Of course, this is an Ask Amy Anything type of event, but to give a little bit of insight into what's going to happen on Friday, tell us about one of the deals you're working on right now.
Yeah, one thing that is interesting. So I had a client come to me and say, "Hey, another developer," and they're saying, "Hey, I need to sell this development out." Their price tag that they had was pretty high, and I said, "I don't know if we can get there, but let's have some conversations." Started to ask him some questions on what do you think about terms, and you know they didn't know the answers to that, but I said, okay, would you accept this? Would you be okay carrying some of this? Would you bring in part of it into the project? Would you be in second position on the carry? Some of those important questions that we went through, and we can take a deeper dive on Friday's call and going over that, really opened the ideas and opened possibilities for future builders to come in and be able to like, oh, okay, that really lowers my level of entry to come in if I have those type of terms. So we can help get his price that he's wanting and really make it a win-win.
There is a strategy to how to communicate with someone in order to draw out the information that allows you to explore creative strategies. How do you do that? How do you start a conversation that then ends up with someone basically opening all of their needs, wants, and desires to you?
Yeah. Well, and I don't know if I'm that much of a soothsayer, but I would say you first start out with, okay, what is the most important to you? Is it the timing of close? Is it the purchase price? Is it cash? What are you doing with this money moving on? What's the next step? Because some individuals, maybe they're not even thinking about taxes,
Mm.
like, oh, I have this huge tax bill, maybe it does make sense for me to carry. Or so we've got to go in that discovery in really defining what's the most important. And a phrase that I use a lot of times is, say, just imagine that it's like the perfect world. What would you like to accomplish? And then we'll figure out the logistics and everything else along the way instead. So if I can get them to paint this picture and then help them put what that picture is in a realm of actual possibilities, so it's not a pipe dream, then we can take the next necessary steps to say, okay, in order to get this picture, we need to do these steps. Are you willing to give up those concessions? And if they are, then yes. But what we have found sometimes is their picture is not their true picture and then when I say these things, then we realize, oh, it's really about timing of close, or oh, it's really about the capital that they're coming out, or it's really about cash flow for them. So is it about cash flow? Because are they removing this property to go to just another property? So if I could give them that cash flow that this other property was going to give, would it make just as much sense? So I would say let's talk on Friday and see what do you have right now in your pipeline that you're stuck with, or what is preventing you for doing your next deal right now? What are you missing? And let's talk about that and where you can find that ingredient or create it with terms for it. So.
We've got some great pre-submitted questions coming in for Friday, and so we'll be extremely excited to share them. And I know Amy and I were on a call yesterday or 2 days ago, and I said out loud, wow, that's a perfect segment to share on Friday. It's something that for a significant population of the United States, they are already sitting on opportunity that they're perhaps not capitalizing on. So very excited to have everyone with us Friday at 4 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Mountain, half an hour segment. So you have to join us quickly. But of course, during that time, you can ask Amy anything. Thanks so much. And join us at the links below to be able to register live for our Friday event. See you soon.
Fabulous. Thanks.